Hey there, everyone. This is Aria Craig, Amazon best-selling and award-winning author of The Single Mother Diaries, Volume 1, and children's book author of Bubbles the Beautiful Butterfly and The Bully That Chloe Conquers, and Love is Here, Love is There, my co-parents. I am very excited to do a virtual reading of Bubbles the Beautiful Butterfly and The Bully That Chloe Conquers. This is a very interesting time in history in our world today. And I think that this is a great book to incorporate for parents into their libraries for their children, especially parents who have been bullied before, so they know what this experience has been like. This has actually been taken from my own personal experience when I was 10 years old. But this is also for parents who have children who have been bullied. The book really is vividly illustrated, but it also has a message on how to equip children with the confidence and the tools that they need to conquer the bully. So this book actually is a great investment, not just for children, but for schools, elementary schools, and for middle schools. I would say from ages 7 to 12 to have in their libraries, and also to do workshops on bullying and to incorporate some bullying policies in the school to protect children. So, without further ado, I will go ahead and read my children's book, Bubbles the Beautiful Butterfly and The Bully That Chloe Conquers. Chloe, honey, your bus will be pulling up soon. Grab your lunch out of the fridge, Mom yells from upstairs. 10-year-old Chloe grabs her lunch and sees a note from her parents on the bag. She crumbles it up and tosses it into the garbage. The note reads, "Have a great day at school. Love, Mom and Dad." Chloe walks to the bus stop and stands a distance from a huddle of kids. She always considers joining them, but changes her mind. As soon as Chloe sits down, the boy behind her starts teasing. "So are you chopping wood today?" The other kids break out in laughter. Chloe tries to ignore him, hoping he would eventually let up. So this is her standing at the bus stop, and then this is her on the bus. During lunch, Chloe eats her food alone and hears a group of girls sitting behind her. "How can she eat with those choppers?" one of them says. Another girl pushes her bottom lip behind her two front teeth to mimic Chloe's overbite. Everyone at the table giggles. Chloe lets out a long sigh and looks up at the clock on the wall. "I can't wait till school is over," she says to herself. You may hear some thundering in the background because out here in Chicago, it is raining. Just then, she notices a beautiful butterfly fluttering underneath the clock. Chloe immediately realizes it is the same one that she was staring at from the bus. I wonder how that butterfly got in here, she thinks. There is snickering in the last class, but Chloe is too distracted by the butterfly. Johnny taps her arm to pass her a note. She opens it up and feels her eyes welling with tears. Humiliated, Chloe rushes to give the note to her teacher. A few students in the back burst into laughter. "Class, who is responsible for this note?" asks Mr. Smith. The entire class is quiet. "If I have to ask again, I will give a pop quiz," scolds Mr. Smith. "Mason," yell a few kids simultaneously while pointing at him. "I didn't write that note," responds Mason with a guilty look on his face. "Yes, you did. I saw you write it," blurts out Ebony, who sits next to Mason. "No, I didn't," Mason shouts in a defensive tone. Mr. Smith grabs one of Mason's graded assignments off his desk and compares it to the note. "Mason, this looks like your handwriting." Mason fidgets in his chair and looks at the floor. "Class, complete this math problem on the board. Chloe and Mason, come with me," says Mr. Smith. He looks at Mason with disappointment. "Ooh," chants the class as they watch Mason, Chloe, and Mr. Smith walk toward the principal's office. And here is the picture, the illustration. This is the note that Chloe had in her hand that she gave to Mr. Smith. When Chloe gets home, she runs straight to her room and slams the door. Snuffles can hear her crying from the hallway. "Chloe, honey, I need to talk to you for a minute," Mom says with concern. "In a few minutes, Mom," Chloe whimpers. "I'm tired of kids making fun of me. I'm tired of being bullied," shouts Chloe between sniffles. She reaches for a tissue and feels something unusual by her hand. She looks up and sees the butterfly that followed her around school. See? At first, Chloe shoos the butterfly away, but it flies back. She shoos it again, but it dodges her hand. Before she shoos it a third time, it starts glowing. Chloe is in awe of its beauty. "Who are you?" asks Chloe with a puzzled look. "My name is Bubbles," the beautiful butterfly responds. Chloe rubs and blinks her eyes in amazement. The butterfly is radiant. "I saw you everywhere today. Why are you following me, Bubbles?" "I have noticed you being bullied for a while, Chloe," says Bubbles, "and I want to help you." "How can you help me?" Chloe asks sarcastically. Do you notice anything different about me?" quizzes Bubbles. Chloe leans in closer to the butterfly and sees a flaw on her right wing. She was so mesmerized that she hadn't noticed it. Bubbles smiles and says, "Let me tell you a story." See? "When I was a caterpillar, all the other caterpillars made fun of me. I was born with a scar on my back, but they didn't care. They teased me anyway, calling me ugly. Then one day, it was time for me to undergo that phase all butterflies go through, a metamorphosis. 2 weeks later, I emerged as a vibrant butterfly while the other ones looked exactly alike. The tip of my wing was missing because of the scar. But that's not what made me different. But that's what made me different from the other butterflies. I love my wings and wouldn't change anything about them. My wings make me what I am, beautiful." See? You see, Chloe, your smile is what makes you unique. Some kids can be unkind to others who look different from them. The key is to stand up to those kids. It's not about how others see you, it's about how you see yourself, explains Bubbles. Write this down and recite it every single day. I am beautiful, intelligent, confident, and worthy. Now, smile as big as you can and do not cover your mouth, advises Bubbles. Chloe is hesitant, but does it anyway. Show that same cheerful smile at school. If anyone teases you, say this. Then Bubbles whispers something in Chloe's ear. "Do you think that will work?" Chloe asks. "If you give in, you allow the bullies to win," explains Bubbles. But if you embrace your wonderful smile, others may start to embrace it too. And that's worth the effort. Chloe understands the message. "Thank you, Bubbles, the beautiful butterfly." "You got it," says Bubbles, hugging Chloe's cheek. And there you see she has her affirmations on her mirror. I am beautiful. I am confident. I am intelligent. I am worthy. Chloe runs to the kitchen to greet her mom, who gives her a warm look and says, "I got a call from your school right before you came in, honey. I need you to tell me exactly what happened." Chloe explains what occurred at school. She tells her mom how kids bully her all the time, but she ignores them even though it still hurts her feelings. "Oh, Chloe, that explains why I saw your lunch note in the garbage. Honey, you have a gorgeous smile," says Mom. "As a matter of fact, you have the same smile as your dad. Believe it or not, he was teased too when he was younger." Chloe's eyes widened. He was? Yes, but he didn't let anyone stop him from smiling. It's one of the reasons why I love him so much. Chloe looks at the picture on the refrigerator and realizes her mom is right. Listen, Dad and I will go up to your school first thing tomorrow to get this straightened out. You have to let us and your teachers know if the bullying continues. We will stay on top of this, assures Mom. Chloe smiles from ear to ear. Her mom is surprised to notice that she isn't covering her mouth. She places her hand on Chloe's face. Don't ever hide your smile again. I won't, Chloe promises and hugs her mom tight. See? And that's the picture of them, her mom, her dad, and Snuffles on the refrigerator door. The next day, Mom and Dad speak to the principal about Chloe being bullied. They demand changes to be made to help Chloe and other students feel comfortable at school. Chloe does exactly what Bubbles suggested. Every morning, she recites what she wrote on the note on her mirror and stands up to anyone that teases her. Every day, Chloe smiles without covering her mouth. She smiles in class, she smiles at lunch, she smiles on the bus. Yay, Chloe. One day, Mason walks up to Chloe in the hall and attempts his usual teasing, but Chloe follows the advice Bubbles whispered in her ear and interrupts him mid-sentence. Stop talking, Mason. You will no longer bully me and expect me to stay silent. I am a beautiful girl with a beautiful smile. It is your problem if you cannot see it. Mason is stunned. Now, go find something meaningful to do. I'm done with you, Mason. Then Chloe does something remarkable. She walks away and leaves Mason standing in the hallway completely speechless. Look at the surprised look on Mason's face. That's because Chloe finally stands up to him and he's surprised. Chloe continues to build confidence and eventually she starts making new friends. I believe my work here is done, says Bubbles, the beautiful butterfly, as she flies off to her next assignment. The end. Yay! Thank you all for listening and joining me today. If you want a copy of the book, you can visit www.ariacraig.com. I have the book under the products section, Empowerment Books for Children, and it's also available on Amazon. You can buy either a single book or you can buy the book in bulk if you complete a form on my website. So that was all for today. I will be reading my next children's book, which will be releasing hopefully within the next month. The illustrator's working on it now, but I have actually 2 other children's books that I've already written. I have the manuscript complete. I'm just waiting for the illustrator to work on this next one, and then he's going to follow up with the 3rd project. So until then, feel free to DM me, send me an email, aria@ariacraig.com, and be safe, everyone. Bye.